What's a marble? And one thing people about extremely kind, nice, and loving people is that the other side of them is super extreme. It's the hell that they survive that makes them gentle. Don't mistake their self-control for weakness. The beast in them is sleeping, not there. Good morning and welcome. This is Whatzup on Galaxy Television. And we're super honored and excited to be on your faces this very lovely morning. Today is the 9th day of May. May your days be long. Anyhow you want them now. But 2025 or even James was 2025. Very excited to be here. And I'll tell you something. Every day above 6 weeks. So when you wake up in the morning, don't just feel entitled like you own the world. Get down on your damn knees and say prayer for yourself. Some of you just wake up in the morning, carry phone and pray. So what if you cannot come down from the bed? I never thought about that. That's something you need to ponder on. Anyway, this very beautiful day, you tune in to this lovely and wonderful station. You ask yourself, what's the show all about? I'll tell you, Whatzup is a show that transcends between fun, entertainment, vibes, information, education, and of course, entertainment to give you all around sweetness and drag you into a realm of adventure. Somebody say wisdom. Anyway, we do movie reviews on the show. So when new movies are out, especially on Netflix, Prime, Hulu, HBO, BET Plus, and the rest. YouTube, if you like, will give you the synopsis to these movies, the plot, the theme, cast, crew, everyone that's on that movie, and then we tell you, we give ratings actually from 1 to 10, and we'll ask you to go watch some of these movies for your viewing pleasure. Also, we do celebrity gist, gossip, and trending issues. Now, this one's always puts me in trouble because one way or the other, bad publicity is kind of publicity in Nigeria or the world itself. And when I say something that I feel, for example, last year I did talk about a woman, Faith Murray, who did breast implants and the other one, she said she did it for men. Now I was like, if she did it because she wanted to boost her self-esteem, that would be fine. But when you say you wanted to do it because of men, actually made me feel some type of way about it. And when I said stuff, blogs carried it from here and moved it to their own blogs and just picked what they wanted to do. And my media space was on fire, but it was still good. I reconnected with friends from all over the world and chatted, oh, you're trending right now. That's not the point. The point is let's do right by each other. Also, talk about the lives of celebrities going on in their life right now. Things they are up to, like Davido right now, the album 5 is out. I'm sure you guys know this. It's been out since the end of April, I believe. Of course, we're in May now, so he's doing the most. Number 1 in Nigeria at the moment, Apple Music 2025. And some other countries, either 24, 84, 28. He's doing really good on the charts. Now, I read something also this morning that the lady, we talked about it, the lady who didn't know how to talk and put her mouth where it should be put. Not only did they arrest her, they picked her up. I heard they beat her up. And then they said, they told her to deactivate all her social media accounts. And so I read you are coming to me, I was like, is it possible? Did this really happen? But we didn't hear anything from her again. I know a lot of people came to say, it's right. And some people say, it's not right. And someone said it's now we rise by eating others. Not really funny, but it was still okay. But those are some of the perks of being entertainment. Put yourself out there, get more some type of way. Anyway, we move straight to fashion and style. This is when we go for events, red carpet events and all that. We have the AMPC days slowly coming through, and then just recently was the Hip Hop World Awards, our own type of Grammys. And so what everyone wore. We have clips, we have things for that. We'll tell you who wore what house did what they did, and who styled who. Then we give ratings from 1 to 10. Also, if you want to be a part of that, one where any of the clothing from any of the houses, we'll tell you how to get this as well. And then finally is when we have the icing on the cake, is when we have guest ladies celebrities come here to tell you about their life, work, journey, everything about them, usually from all the entertainment fairs. And yes, what else? If they can't be here, we bring them or we drag them here. So we've had guests from US, UK, Canada, Spain, Brazil, Italy, Sierra Leone. We've had from Germany, Austria, a whole lot of people. As long as there's Zoom on your phone or your tablet or whatever, you have internet and data, yes, you be a part of the show. Also, I want to reiterate and tell you that Galaxy Television is on. So head on to iOS Store or Google Play Store for those who have either Android phones or iPhones or iPads or any kind of gadgets. And then this will help you watch us from the convenience of your private jets, your shrines, your toilets, kitchen, where else? Anyway, as long as you have pizza, that's safe for us. You can download Galaxy Television over app. Presently, we are streaming live on Facebook at Galaxy Television. Head out to the search space where you click, you open the app, you click, it shows you the search space and you click Galaxy Television. You see WhatsApp is live. Click on it, and then voila, you get to see my face. Also, streaming live on X, which is Twitter, Galaxy Television, on YouTube, Galaxy Television Nigeria. On Star Times, it's Decoder 110. You have Star Times for that. Escape 11. Press it on the remote 110, and you see WhatsApp or Galaxy Television. Also, Movie Box, we have that as well, Galaxy Television. Yes. Instagram, galaxytv.entertainment, all for your view and enjoyment. So you don't have any reason not to watch and enjoy super programs across the board. We have kiddies program, we have sports, we have movies, we have the buzz, we have family and values. We also have Telemundo for the ladies. That's when your soup and stew gets burnt on fire. We also have Fight Night, EFC. So many programs. We have the Yoruba Nollywood movies that air from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. What a complete package of music we have, and I'm excited to be a part of this. Anyway, we have to go on a quick, sharp break. When we come back, we're meeting our guest, Amy Celebrities, here and live with us. Don't go far, take me away. Come Proverbs says, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go with everyone. Everyone is who you intend to take with. I'll come with on this very exciting journey today. Yes, you know who I am, the Coming O'Reilly, aka Sugar Daddy of Lagos, aka Big Size Steady, aka Oromodenkino, aka Radio Cubana. Is there any other thing you want to call me? And I try that you guys covered. And yes, let me make introductions properly and tell you that we have a man who's been doing so much. Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen very well to radio, it puts 9.7 FM to be precise. Yeah, Josh on the radio, the man is right here. He's always tagging along. On some days we have him before. Like they're always disturbing your enemies. That man is here in the studios today, and I'm very excited to be here with him. I'm honored anyway. Yes, welcome, Josh. Welcome. Good morning.
Orally.
How you doing?
Good morning. I mean, this is a TV set, not radio, right? So it feels a little serious, a little bit serious.
Oh no, it's not. We're here to have fun. And the fans, no, it's not hiding at the back of the camera. No.
I mean, radio is just so sweet. As in, you can just hide behind your microphone. Nobody's seeing you. You're saying all the shenanigans behind the microphone. But TV, you guys come correct, man.
I tell you.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Yes, welcome. Now, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's give you a deep preview and insight into the man himself. Josh Maradesa is a dynamic and result-oriented. This bio seems very, very interesting and straightforward, but it's a total business. We continue. Media professional with a strong background in strategic communication, community engagement, and development advocacy. Josh went to school. His love for media is put him in classes, studios, field works, conference rooms, and media projects across the country, in parts of West Africa and globally as well. With a proven track record that includes working with global organizations like BBC Media Action and several media projects, Joshua brings a powerful blend of insight, empathy, and execution to every initiative. He has built a reputation for using storytelling as a tool for change, crafting narratives that inform, empower, and move people to action. His work spans grassroots mobilization, media campaigns, and youth-centered policy engagement, all anchored in deep commitments to impact and integrity. Joshua doesn't just participate in conversations that matter, he helps shape them. Every organization he aligns with benefits from his clarity of purpose, creative approach, and unwavering dedication to excellence. He's a student of life and a scholar of mass communication, having bagged national diploma, bachelor's and master's degrees in media studies and development communication. Joshua prides himself as a genius by birth and creative by choice. When you catch him on air, you're easily infected with that aura of ease and simplicity as he brings to the most complex conversation. He wins your heart without you asking. You can easily win his heart if you're a fan of good music, fun gatherings, and most importantly, delicious delicacies. Meaning he's a very huge, put it like that.
Come on, fam.
Like the job.
Come on,
well,
fam.
ladies and gentlemen, Josh is in the studio with us this morning. Welcome again, my man. How you doing?
I'm all right. Thank you very much for having me.
This is the time where your fans get to know you.
Right.
You always see him on TV. He's always hiding himself. Always radio rather hearing the radio. You always say, this man. You know, there was a time I was coming through from the house to from the office to the house.
Right.
And then Bolu was in the studio. And I said, Bolu, she was taking the news and I waited for her to be done.
Okay.
And I called her and get some other mafa. Then also we are moving. I didn't know the driver was someone that listens to
it's a radio.
A lot.
Right.
And I was like, is that Bolu? Now, end talk is I didn't pay my fare, which was supposed to yeah.
You're using radio to catch thieves on the streets, right?
Because yes, his name is I think Debe. That's his name. Because I had to put the name to a certain drink that is black that should not be mentioned. Yes, black.
I mean, it's a Friday. Those who can relate can relate.
Yes, there's big and there's small.
I think at some points there's medium as well. I don't know what you're talking about though.
Anyway, yeah. So you're known for making complex conversations sound very easy. What's one hot topic you think young people need to simplify at home right now, especially to Gen Zs?
I think there's this apprehension about the future for Nigeria, and it's always something young people think it's up to us, it's up to them. You know that line, leaders of tomorrow. I know you've been hearing that line since forever, and it's just become a line to a lot of people. The meaning doesn't resonate anymore. So it feels like a complex stuff when you're talking about, leadership amongst the youth. So, it feels utopian, like it's not something that can happen. But there are ways we can actually channel this conversation such that it appeals to youth, and they see themselves in that position of decision making. They see prospects in Nigeria. If you do a random poll right now, I mean, it's what we do in communication strategy and all of those things. And you ask young ones, say between 17, those that are not up to that voting age, say you ask them questions whether they see a future for Nigeria, you will be shocked at the kind of responses people will give you, because they seem not interested. Like, let them do what they want to do. They just want to maybe jackpot, or maybe just do their own remote jobs. They just want to make their own money on their own way and, not really pay attention to leadership and all of those things. So I think there's a way we can simplify that conversation such that youth gets interested in leadership and they believe in Nigeria. I don't know how we're going to do it, but it's something we need to do. And it begins with you and I. I mean, you're in despair already, my brother. You can't.
I'm not in Nigeria. I'm in South Africa.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're talking about. A lot of people don't want to associate with, the way the country is going and all of those things. People don't want to see the bright side. I blame you and I.
True.
We are the ones shaping conversations. We are the framers of perspectives. And that's the power of media, my brother. When we start, doing these things differently, and it cuts across just the traditional media now. I mean, when we use our own personal space, already you have a huge following. People follow you on radio, on TV. And now when you transcend your conversation on radio and TV to your own personal social media space, and they see that the kind of things this guy talk about, people like say, hope this, small for this country. And you're doing your own little by little. I'm doing mine. The other person at the other station is doing their own and all that. Maybe the youth will start picking a different perspective and say that, okay, maybe jackpot is not the solution. Maybe I can also come together, have my own idea and all of it. Truly, it's difficult sometimes to make people see what they don't want to see. It's really difficult. But I think if you are being intentional we can make youth see that truly there's prospects in Nigeria, and it's not just about jackpot, and all of those things. Sincerely.
All right, being an on-air personality doing this for years, tell us some of the perks and challenges you've had to face and go through, and how you were able to come through all these challenges unscathed. Because someone met me, a cousin of mine, she was like, "You've been doing this for years. I know how you do this. I wish I could learn, you know." And one of the things I told her was, "It's not because you studied basketball."
Right.
First, for me, it was, and it will always be passion.
Right.
First, she said, yes. So I told her, go to Nigerian Broadcast Academy. I think she's there right now. And that's one of the first.
Consultants orally.
She gonna learn.
She gonna learn, right?
So that's it for me. But for you, doing this for years, you've had to have had challenges. What are some of the challenges you faced? And how did you come to these challenges escape?
I mean, there are a lot of challenges, no doubt about that. If I tell you, no, there's no challenge. You won't even believe me. Nobody will believe me. Like, let me go from the perks first. See that day that you entered the cab for free, that you did not pay because you are OAP. That's one of the perks, right? It happens a lot. Like, sometimes you just, there are times you just go out. You're maybe in a public vehicle or something. You don't want to talk. Because once one person is able to pick out your voice,
it's done.
And that's one thing, that's one of the perks of working in radio. They know your voice. Sometimes they don't know your face, except they go the extra mile of maybe going to check your socials or checking your profile on your station's page and all of those things. So that fact that you can, that mystery that you can hide behind a veil and make impacts and communicate to people and connect to people, that's a strong perk for me. And the media space has a lot of connection. You get to go for events, you meet a lot of people. And you're not just going to these events to attend. You're going to retell their stories. And that's why they want you there. It's not okay for you to just organize an event, say maybe an NGO or maybe a group of people just come together, they just organize events and it ends there. They want you as a media person to come through. Please come attend these our events and tell this story the way we want it to be told. So they give you that honor, that respect of you listening to their story, reshaping the perspective so that the public can, perceive them in a very bright light. And now challenges are enormous, my brother. I was saying it earlier. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I had up to 4 hours straight of sleep. I mean, I'm on morning radio, and morning radio is not something you just wake up at 5 and just jump into the studio. Sometimes the thought process begins like hours before you get into the studio. I mean, you have to open up a station by 5 a.m., for instance. You can't say you want to wake up at 4. Sometimes you have to wake up, like, say, 2:33. You do your show prep, you check your content. I mean, just make sure your rundown is in order. You're going to be on there for the next 4 hours, 5 hours. It's challenging, my brother.
Really?
You can't get it wrong. And people look up to you, even people that know these things. I mean, we all have phones, we all have data, although it's choking some people right now. I mean, we all have phones, we all have data, we have access to information, but they still want to hear it from you. So you have to keep scoring the whole internet, okay, which one is the right one? And the beauty of, being an OAP is not just having access to this information, to this content. Anybody can have access to it. It's the way you retell it. Sometimes when you do newspaper review and people send in comments and messages, it's always very tough when you're reading some of these comments. And you have to do on-the-spot editing. Because if you say something's wrong,
you're in trouble.
I call them this a bad people for our industry. I mean, they could come at you and all of those things. And it's not wrong of them. They expect you to just be professional. People want to vent. People want to say a lot of things. It's difficult sometimes as an OAP, as somebody on radio, when you're telling all of these stories, you're reading the pages of the papers, and you know what they say. Good news don't really sell, right? So it's all of the bad things, bombing here, killings there, deaths here, that death, this one, and all of those things. This one is owing this, the refinery has crashed, the dollar price, and all of this. Sometimes it gets to you yourself. So sometimes you have to separate your own mental health from the story you're reading. Just read it. Don't let it get to you. Because when people start making comments or they start calling, they could drown you into their own energy. Sometimes it can really be challenging. So when you hear people call radio stations and you hear the OAP saying, please keep it calm, be circumspect with your words and all of those things, respect the OAP. Because they don't want to get sucked into that energy so that everybody don't just carry bad vibe and bring on air. I mean, there have been instances where you just jump into a particular message. It's like, oh, come on, fam, don't do this. You'll be telling the person why you're reading the message. For instance, orally from Magburu, for instance, or Magodo, please, you can't say this. You're telling the person, I'm seeing your message, but I can't read your message. And the person will pick enemy to you. Feel like, why are you not reading my message? You're being biased. Yeah, you're not a professional. On my own job. So really, it can be challenging when you're trying to like merge all of those things together. Either you've not had up to 4 hours of sleep. You're still trying to, babysit some listeners and all of those things. It can really be challenging. But you said something about passion earlier. In the words of Arsene Wenger, la passion, that passion sometimes keeps you going. Because whenever I'm on air, I see it as an opportunity. Like any other person can be behind the microphone, but you're there for a reason. Do you understand? Make it count. Be the reason why another person is going to have hope as they begin their day. Regardless of what you're going through already. Don't bring that in on air. Make it love, keep it light, keep it positive energy, because that's what people want. You can't bring your wife has not given you food, or your landlord, or somebody just bashed your car, and you're coming on air with that. You can vent. It's okay. But don't bring that energy on it. Try to like separate all of it. So it's like you're having multiple personalities. And you are doing it in the interest of the person listening. And that person doesn't care about all of those things that you're going through. They just want to enjoy good radio, right? Give it to them.
All right. We're going to go on a quick break. We'll still have Josh in the studio. I'm sure you guys are learning. It's not, maybe they would say, don't be church or church.
Showkins, right?
That's what it is. So, Josh is still here and he's going to still tell you, we wish, in fact, on the way he's talking at some point, you guys will wish you had more time to explain this, but it's only 1 hour program, 45 minutes. But the thing is, passion will help you and drive you towards your goals. Now, the ability to stay on that road is something that you have to put at the back of your mind. Is it by choice? Is it something that's man-made? That's something that you have to sit and ponder about. So go on this quick break. When we come back, we still have Josh in the studio. Of course, you get idea playlist. I'm here for you all day. Let's go. Whatzup on Gati Television, a show that runs from Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And of course, this morning we have Josh in the studios, one of the biggest on-air personalities we have in Nigeria. We don't give these men and women their flowers a lot, but hey, on today's show, we'll be doing just that. Now, Josh, I want us to ask, storytelling for change sounds very powerful, all right? How do you make sure your stories connect with the average young Nigerian scrolling through their phone?
Relatability, that's the word. See, the beauty of media these days is that people can tell when you're talking to them. If you're communicating, you're telling a particular story. If it's not for them, they will know, they will feel the disconnect. So when you're telling stories, you need to know within yourself, okay, what's the reaction I want to get? Am I trying to change a behavior? Am I trying to elicit a particular response? Am I trying to, get a particular action? You want to tell people, stop crossing the highway, use the pedestrian. And you're coming and you're using, maybe you're telling the story of a pregnant woman that crossed and got bashed and all of those things. You're trying to scare them. It could go wrong. So you have to okay, why do you think people don't want to go through the stress of climbing that pedestrian bridge and they just want to look left to right and just run through? How can you make them realize that this pedestrian bridge, for instance, is for you? How can you make people realize, get the shots, get the vaccines, it's for your own good. It's not any agenda. So sometimes it can be really tough, but you need to get to the people, get to their level, see it from their own perspective. Don't see you as a lord that you want to control the minds of the people. No, be the mind of the people. Okay, put yourself in that shoe. If you want to tell me to do this thing, I would prefer you tell me. And you know the way the young ones are. I'm still young. Come on, don't give me that look. You know the way the attention span is, how many seconds is this? I think they have just about 3 seconds or thereabouts. So don't beat about the bush. Hit it. Let them know this is for you. This is for your own good. And because a lot of things are trying to grapple with everybody's attention these days. We have the skits, we have the comedy, we have every of those things. And you want to push a story for change. And sometimes it can really be uninteresting to them because maybe they are cool with the status quo. But you're trying to tell them this change is for your own good. Maybe you want to say something as complex as climate change. Not every young person piques interest in climate change, except for those who are intentional. Maybe they are in the field. They don't care. They just dump their own stuff because that's the culture that's been handed down to them. But you let them see it. You let them see it from a place that this is not demure. There's no steez in you dropping wraps of sweet or something. You just like, take it from that perspective. Okay. Because these days everybody wants to be demure. Everybody wants to, go with steez and composure. Hit them from that angle. You look at the things they resonate with. Okay. They are resonating with banter right now. Everybody's bantering Arsenal right now. Bring a story from that angle. There's a beauty in what's going on with Arsenal right now. A lot of people I'm seeing in the communication space, in communication strategy right now, a lot of people are doing this PR for Arteta. Like, see where Arsenal came from before Arteta. We were dying and all of these things. But Arteta has given us hope for the past 3 seasons and all. So it's more than the banter. They are turning a lemonade right now, or a lemon right now into a lemon. So look at what's that thing that is getting the attention of the young ones right now and key in your message to it. And trust me, your story is not just going to be told. It's going to get the desired results, either to change the behavior or to elicit a particular action or a positive response. Right. It's not that simple, by the way.
True. I understand when you say that. Now, this is one story or speech or talk that I sometimes ponder over. You are an on-air personality for Equity and Concern FM, owned by the government, but also in Nigeria. How are you able to decipher your emotions? Some things just happen here, and you feel like the mic is on, you just want to.
All right, my phone is buzzing right now. Because someone is telling me proceed with the caution. We're talking.
It's just one of those questions. How do you do it?
It's beautiful because it's easy, man. You'll be shocked. We're talking earlier about challenges and all of those things.
True.
Learn to zone out, my brother. It's really difficult because you're a Nigerian, you're going through it. And sometimes the beauty about the management of Equal FM, for instance, is they just allow you to be a professional, first of all. A lot of people come through after we interview them. They still look like, are you sure this is a Lagos State-owned station? We are all about the truth in the first place and professionalism. As a media person, development communication will teach you, you're not in the media space to attack. Do you understand? Fine, you want to be a freedom fighter and all of those things. You have your phone, go do that. As a journalist, you're not just talking because everybody can hear you want to attack. No. You have to balance your views. You see, propaganda sometimes, it has its own positive side and negative side. There are like around 50 something types of propaganda. So it depends on which one you're using per time. You could be in any sector and I'll interview you. You could have your grouse with the government. I'll interview you and still balance it. And I won't speak for the government and I won't speak for you. Because the interest is for the society. If the government is doing something that is worth us asking them questions, we ask them questions. Are we saying the truth? Yes. Will the government give us response? That's what we need. So, and the beauty, you said something about bad PR the other time. When you're in the PR space, there's something like bad PR. If somebody drags you or calls you out, like we use in the media parlance, it's an avenue for you to explain yourself and retell the story to favor you. So if somebody comes to like, well, are we bashing the government? No, we don't bash the government. We tell the truth. We tell it the way it is. We give an avenue for anybody who feels this story is not being told right. Now come and correct the wrongs. So that's why I say it's easy. But if you want to trend for the wrong reasons, or you want to be an activist on your program or a hero, sometimes you shoot yourself in the foot and you make unnecessary enemies. There are times people will call on the show. You guys are not, you are this, you are that, you are that. Respect that. People are going through it. They are going through it different ways. People cannot process things the same way. So that's why you have to be careful at the same time that you understand the sides of the story. Don't give false information. And if it seems as if truly the government has erred and society is really angry and all of those things, because you're a member of the society too, the things affecting you, they buy the fuel too now. They go through the traffic too and all of those things. You're buying the bag of rice for that crazy amount. You're paying high on tariff. Do you understand? All of those things are affecting you too. So yeah, be human at one point, be professional at one point, find a balance. Because like I said, Egbon Adubo, NBC, yeah, watch.
All right, we'll move further to a couple of questions before we end this interview. You say food, most importantly, music and vibes are the way to your heart. Now describe your perfect day off. All right, in 3 hashtags.
Hashtag Amala and Ewedu. Hashtag some cool beverage to go with it. Cool beverage.
Cool beverage to go with it.
And hashtag seaside.
Hashtag seaside. Reminds me of how I was telling myself that I haven't been to the beach in a couple of days.
I think it's not just you. I think I'm just realized that now that I've not been to the beach in like 6 months or 7 months now.
Yes, I haven't been on the beach.
Damn.
The last time I was at the beach was, oh my God, that was last year.
It was a culture for me where every 24th of December, I like doing the whole Christmas crossover at the beachside, at the seaside, with music, fireworks, man. I love fireworks. I mean, great chats, great conversations. I love nightlife generally. I'm a nocturnal. Like, I don't even sleep. Do you understand? So if I'm not sleeping, I like to either engage my mind or be in fun place with people. And the most important thing in this job, just have your support system is your friends, the people around you, because there are times you just want to get away from all of the noise, from all of the buzz. You don't even want to listen to music because, I mean, you spend like 4 hours on radio pumping music and all of those things. So you have a friend that you can call or you can go to for just cool conversation. You have another friend you can go to for just sightseeing. You have another friend you can go to for maybe just playing games and bands and all of those things. So just like I said earlier, get a balance for your life. Sincerely, it works.
All right. As we close up the show, what's one bold message you want to drop right now for the next generation of storytellers and media change makers?
It's a powerful tool when they say the pen is mightier than the sword. See, it's unfortunate these days that the beauty of AI is eroding authenticity in storytelling. And we need to learn to use it right. I mean, AI, when you give it the right prompts, you get some very crazy story angles. I'm like, whoa, this exists? But you need to put your own authenticity. It's just like when I write something and I show you to 5-10 people who know me, this is just handwriting. But these days, the way people go about telling their stories, everybody's just hiding under some superhuman AI somewhere. And you could easily tell. That's the annoying part. You know, I said earlier, when you're telling your stories, people should be able to relate and connect.
Sure.
So whether you want to use artificial intelligence or not, make sure your imprint is on your story. Make sure people can tell anybody that reads it 10 years time, no, Orally wrote the story. Josh wrote the story. Authenticity is very important when you're telling stories. Don't erode, don't use AI as an excuse for laziness. Connect, relate, and be authentic. As simple as that.
All right. When Josh is not in the studios, when he's not working, when he's not emceeing the event, what does Josh do for fun? How do you chill?
I watch football. And the thing is, whenever you're watching football, a lot of other things are always in the mix. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Great banter, great music, great analysis, and of course, some very good ambience. The ambience is very important.
It reminded me of the time former President Muhammad Buhari was set to ban for. Of course, they huge lacuna.
I don't know where you're getting at, my brother. But I feel a sharp pain somewhere here. Whenever I hear that story, see, I know. I know. The joke is on us. I mean, our shoes are getting more expensive. Our belts are getting more expensive. Our bags are getting more expensive. But don't worry, God will provide. Leave our pomo for us. White Ijebu pomo. And let's just roll and let me just see that pepper in it. I was still having pomosi like about 2 a.m. this morning. Okay, let's get away from that. But then, good music, good food. I love food. I'm always quick to say it. I love food. I love food.
So what's your favorite to eat?
It's difficult. I don't have a favorite. Like, I could see a spaghetti now and I see the color and I just want to jump at it. And the next thing I'm seeing some very green looking, rich looking vegetable. And I think I want to get a semo just to add to it. I love good food. It's not about favorite. Rice and beans all day, every day. White rice and beans with sauce. Do you understand? All day, every day. I can't get it wrong with amala and every day with goat meat.
Oh, yes.
I can never get it wrong. And you know this about me. Once I know you have a good food plug, trust me, we are going to be friends. So I love food a lot. And I shout out to everybody making good food. There are some people that are very intentional about their brand when it comes to food. I taste food a lot. I get bad mouths. If your food not sweet, they tell you straight up. Straight up, like, you know what? Close business. I'm just selling for more or something. Do you understand? Like, but shout out to everybody making good food. You make us happy. You make me happy.
Thank you so much for all you do.
Thank you. Thank you. You still owe me that one at the junction.
Yes. They sell really good food.
Good food.
All right, thank you, Josh, for coming through.
Right.
It's an honor to have you. Quickly give us your social media handles so we can follow you.
Josydex across all platforms. Josydex, Jossydeks. Maybe Pablo too. Pablo is a different story entirely. We can't get into that today. But Josydex, Josydex on Instagram, on Twitter. That's the brand.
All right, thank you so much for coming through. We're honored to have you here. Anytime you listen to good music, you hear good conversations, and it creates an atmosphere of this man's part of the whole thing. A legend in the making. I want to say big thank you. We'll be calling you next time. We hope you come through. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for celebrity gist and gossip. Let's go and speak. Right back. And then take me off.